Okay, in this video tutorial what we're going to do is look at digital enhancement and digital treatment of a photograph, and in particular I'm going to work with a few photographs that I took while I was in Dubai, and these images are taken in the desert of Dubai, and what you can see is they're all kind of it's not really nothing special. Some of them got good composition. This one has a good depth and parallax, which is why I'm going to use this. It's quite high res because obviously it's an image, and you can really see the details and the grain in the sand and all that kind of stuff. And we have a car, which is kind of a bit of an illusion because this is really small grass and that's a massive car, but because of the angle it's taken at, it actually looks like that's a massive bush, but it isn't, believe me. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to digitally enhance this, and I'll show you a few tricks. So what I'm going to do is go to image duplicate, and I'm going to duplicate the image just so that I have a reference point to show you guys before and after. Okay, so it's also a good idea to do that way we can always retain the original. The first thing we can do is, I'm just going to zoom in a bit at 25%. The first thing we can do is we can go to image, we can go to adjustments, and we can click auto levels. Now auto levels, you'll see the difference. There we have auto levels. Basically corrects all of the levels automatically according to Adobe and what Adobe thinks the photo should look like. And I'm going to use that as a basis of some of my other commands that I'm going to do. So I'm going to leave the auto levels in. I've seen a lot of people don't like using auto levels because a lot of the time it's not actually correct. It's really bad with skin tones especially. So with this kind of work it's okay. So let's begin. I'm going to go to adjustments, and I'm going to have a look at the curves, and you can see that we have a lot of detail and a lot of white and blue in the image. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring that down a bit so it's a bit more dramatic, and I'll bring the sand a bit down as well so we can see the difference like so. And I'm going to select OK. The next thing I'm going to do is go to image, go to adjustments, and I'm going to go to brightness. Actually, I'll have a look at exposure, sorry, before that. Now the exposure is really cool. The exposure enables you to allow more light. The wider the exposure, the more light that enters the image. So for example, if I do this, the image gets more saturated with light. If I knock it back, you can see the exposure, which is quite cool. Okay, I'm just going to crank that up just slightly like so, and just so to bring up some light in the middle. And what I'm going to do is go to image adjustments, and I'm going to go to brightness and contrast, and I just want some more contrast in my sand like so. And you can see, okay, I'm going to leave that about there. I think that should be okay, and I'm going to just enhance the brightness. I don't want to lose this lovely grey areas, the black areas around the edges of the lens of the actual photo captured by the lens. So I want to leave that. The more brightness I go, really eliminates that, begins to eliminate that. I'm going to go to just reduce my contrast slightly and select OK, and you can see we're getting there. Now one of the things that I want to do is I want to just enhance this and some of the other colors in the photo without touching the rest of the settings. Really simple. And what we can do is go to image adjustments, and we need to go to hue and saturation. And the hue and saturation enables you to saturate an image or areas of an image with more color or less color. And rather than going to master, so I'll show you just as an example. So I can go to saturation, saturates the image with more color and less color like so. Now I'm just going to type in 0, and I'm going to go to, that's the master, and I'm going to go to the green, and obviously that's areas of green inside there. So what I'm going to do is just bring that up like so, and then I'm going to focus on the reds areas. So this will really push this area of the image up. So if I put more reds, and you can see that sand beginning to actually look like red and piping hot sand. I don't want to overdo it. I think that would be okay. just knock that down a bit. Depending on what your screens look like at home, that looks quite fine on mine. I'm going to put it on 2 yellows and do just the same, just a touch, just a bit, say that's okay. And I'll do the same with the blue, so we're doing this independently just to push up the blue area of the sky a bit, and I think that's fine. And I'm going to select OK, and I think I'm going to leave it there, and there we have. I could have done a lot more other things, which I'll talk about in the next couple of tutorials, but there we have. If we have a look at the before and after shot, here it is before, and here it is again, much better. And there we have it, a simple digital enhancement using Photoshop.